So today tutorial about moving objects in perspective. So it's like very simple and effective techniques. Так. So let's see. Okay. So there's two techniques we use when we move objects in perspective. Move, it means like closer, farther, or move on the left or move on the right, this kind of thing. So let's say we have like this curved horizon line. Because you're on my channel, you already know how to draw fisheye perspective. So we can practice more fisheye perspectives just to feel more comfortable with fish eyes. Not sure about crab eyes, but fish eyes, kind of this. So one technique is about ratio, and second one is guidelines. So a ratio, it's, let's say, also a mark. So this horizon line, this horizon line. So let's say we have here a person, like this will be his H, and he's standing like on a like our eye level or camera level is like exactly like 1/3 of his H. So it's like we have this ratio 1 and 2. So top one part from 3 parts of his H, one part is above horizon line. So maybe kind of figures there. So then if we take this H as average human H in this picture, so we just put it anywhere, and we just need to maintain same ratio, so 1 and 2. So if here it will be 1 like this, 2 here. So same H on a different distance, and it's kind of, you see, it's very easy to do, like no matter where, no matter how far, you just kind of keep this ratio. So it's like one technique which is very super quick and convenient. Other technique with the guidelines, it's let's say we have somebody standing here. That's my grid. So somebody standing here and I want to move him around. I want to draw him farther here, let's say. So I need kind of use this points, like top and bottom point from his H, and draw guidelines to find his proportion, like according to this space. So if here I use this Z vanishing point, right? So I show how his H change in perspective when he move like farther. Then if I make guidelines on the X axis, this lines it's X axis, right? So I will show how we move his H when we move him like from left to right. And then it's just you play around with this, because you can move him right here, then you can move him farther, then you can choose where you stop, then you can, from this one for example, you move farther and then you move on a side. Now you have him standing here. So, and again it's like it's a figure H, and you can draw figure. Let's draw some figures here. And let's here just a couple more guys. So this two main technique, and then we can see like what variations have. Mainly it's a lot of variations with the ratio. So let's show you. It's kind of different situations. And it's also recommended to play around and practice for some time to just like explore and practice to make these calculations with a ratio. So let's say here we have this case. It's also called about like a hook, or let's say so horizontal line. So let's say it's like we make horizon line intersects on a certain body part. So like usually most common case kind of is eye level, because it's horizon line, right? So you draw somebody eye level. And then it's like it's from Loomis book also, this example. This can be like standing here very close. Or very far, more far, so let's say and even smaller somewhere. So if they all of them have horizon line on eye level, it's kind of mean they have same height. So when we see like different scale, it means they're on a different distance. So same height, different distance. So if we also, let's do another version. Let's say now we have curved lines this way, horizon line. So this X axis. This time, let's say it will be like about a knee. If you also study proportion, and I will do video about proportions, so because this really can talk about every proportion, like you need to remember. But here, like very quick, it's like human, like standard proportion is like 8 heads, right? So 8 heads, it's mean his pubic, it's like this level, it's like half body, it's pubic bone, and quarter of body is the knees. So let's see. So here we have character, horizon line on his knees. So what we have this, like you can know proportions, and so you will know like he have like 8 parts or 4 parts if we talk about like his more like limbs and this rib cage, all this stuff. So anyway, you can play around with this ratio 1 and 3. So this will be his knee level. It's like a standard human for this picture will be. So anybody here who is same or close to this proportion, we will have 3 to 1, and they will be like horizon level on a level of their knee. Or you just draw kind of, let's say, somebody leg very close here. Let's make him a shorts. Kind of this. So same. Or just, like I say, just draw half of leg, so it's knee level, and then I add body, and we have guy here. So yeah, and just again, like for example, let's say, and again can play around with perspective. Now let's try a little tilted horizon. So this y-axis, this x-axis, and z-axis will be here. Actually, don't need z-axis here, but anyway. So let's say we have opposite. We have like 1 up and 3 parts below horizon line. 1, 3 here, and then we have like children, which is like he's like half tall. He's like half height of this person. So if we look and we see like, oh, he half height of this person, so what happened with him? It means he have like one of his half before horizon line. So what I mean, so here we have children or midget. So this children ratio, he's like have these 2 parts, and he have like 1 part between his head and horizon line. So if this one tall person here have this H, you see, right? So now we can draw these 2 figures with different H, draw them around, just considering their proportions. So if I draw like this, like 1 and 3 below, so you see this one, it's tall person here. If I draw, let's say I just make any line like this, let's say just any line, and then I subdivide this line into 3 parts. So now I have ratio. Now I have ratio because I have, let's make it more 3, because I have 3 parts, so I have this ratio of this small figure related to distance horizon line. So kind of here. So you just need to understand this principle. It's like, it's at first it feels counterintuitive, but you just need to kind of establish this mindset for you, so it will be like automatically. And to make it automatically, again, you need to, for some time, maybe you can even like every day to draw same stuff like this. You can just like draw little different perspective. Like here I do this kind of perspective with horizon line, you do opposite and do people with like eye level on the horizon line, or you do tilt it around. Just make it little different, so you will experience like you are calculating in the moment, like you really process it. You use your brain to process proportions, to process like arrangement of this perspective. Так, so then here will be like a mix of ratio and guidelines. One more type. Let's say so guidelines, we're using this like top and bottom points, and then we're like making lines according to perspective grid. So here, let's say I will have perspective grid like this, Z vanishing point. And y-axis will be a little curved, and x-axis will be curved like a little bit. So then I have some person here. So we have this kind of ratio, which is like this part little smaller than 2 of this, smaller than half of his h. So, and I can do like this, let's say I can do here something like this, so it seems like the same ratio, right? So, and I can keep doing it around, like scattering around like this, or I can do like guidelines to show his gradual change in a proportion. So for this I'm making this like call reference vanishing point. So this like, let's say, reference vanishing point. So it's not a z vanishing point, and it's not any other vanishing point. It's just vanishing point for convergence of proportion of h of this person, or person like same h like him. Maybe it's different people, but the same h, and we can show like how they are gradually changing their proportions. Etc. So it's like, so you see it's kind of mix of this both system, because we still kind of have this clear ratio thing here, and at the same time we use guidelines, and also in any moment you can also make anything like with guidelines. You can select, okay, I want to make one more figure here, or I use x-axis and I move him here. So basically it's just two techniques, that's all, and then you just need to practice to use it in a little different scenario, in little different situation. So let's see some more situations. So what kind of situation we usually have? Like decline, like a ditch. So let's see. And here we need to also use this proportional approach. So let's say here I have human. And I kind of need to think like, okay, this is his h, and like for him half will be here, quarter will be here, and I say like, okay, ditch will be like quarter his h, so this is how deep ditch, so it's like a ground level, and here ditch depth is like this h of his half leg. So here I can place him anywhere. So let's say let's make also grid, so this will be clear. So here we have y-axis, then x-axis, and z. So we have again like 1 and 3 ratio. 1 and 3. So here he is standing on the ground with the ratio 1 and 3. And if I want to put him in a ditch, I need to kind of deduct this h from his like, so he will be standing like 1/3 on 1/4 lower than he's standing right now. So then let's say here is his h. I subdivide and I say like, okay, so this 1/4 I will move here. So now he is lower on h over ditch. So now we have this new ratio, so it's like he almost touching with his head horizon line, but little lower, so kind of this. So any line, any ratio in this manner will show him standing in the ditch in this illustration. So you just kind of make any length of line. So length of line will show his distance. So it's like his scale, how close and how far. This kind of very cool, very interesting trick. Because if I do like this, let's say this line, if I make this ratio, so 1 and 3, right? So now, okay, this figure is standing on the ground. So, and let's say here I can draw this. Let's draw this ditch. So it's like normal level and then underground. So all these three guys standing in a ditch, let's say like a whole ditch in the ground, and let's go like this. So have one more guy here in a ditch, and this goes kind of like this. But this one, he's standing above. He's just a little far from here. So every figure here with this H who will have this ratio 1 and 3, it will be figure which standing on the ground. Figure with this ratio, like all H below horizon line, like almost touching horizon line, it will be figure in the ditch. So, and then again, like if you ask like how about other people, like children or like different age people, or if somebody sit, kind of same thing happen. Like I show an example with a kid, right? So you need to have standard. So when you make standard, then you can build relative kind of relations, kind of, right? So you can say like, okay, according to this standard, you place all other scale for all other H. So let's say and again, and like I say, like first is it feels maybe like really annoying, very slow, and somebody say like, oh, it's like geometry class, stuff like that. But it's only feels like this because it's really essential. So then you will be really better in drawing because now you improve, and this will be feels easier later. So let's say again, let's say we have, yeah, let's do same ratio actually, like 1 and 3. So for this normal guy, then will be like children, let's say 2.5 this time, 2.5. And then, okay, we have like this guy, he sit. So when he sit, what will be his ratio? Let's say, okay, so if standing guy, like this, but then we have chair, and this chair is like H of his like about knee level, knee H. So it means we take off from his H this 1/4. this 1/4. So now like he will be like on this, on a quarter shorter. Okay. Yeah, hello James, thank you for comment. Yeah, so and here, so if let's say sitting guy, we minus this one, so for sitting guy ratio will be like this. So it's just a line touching horizon line, so he will be like, his head will be on the level of horizon line. You can like put 3 here if you want to kind of to show his proportions. So let's say it's like he sit in a chair, and there, let's say 2.5 and half before horizon line is for children. So I will do like, let's say here like this. So have 3 and put half here, so it's h over children here in this illustration. Then, okay, let's also draw here. And then again there is a ditch. There is also ditch. And this ditch also like before, like this part of him. So if it's like this ditch is also h like a chair but underground, so it's like quarter of his h, right? So it means it's also will be like he touching with his head, he touching horizon line. So it's same like if he sit in a chair, but he standing in a ditch. In a ditch which is depth is h of a chair. So I can put chair in a ditch. So it will be h of a chair. So, and here I can, okay, I can show it's kind of cut in the ground here. And then let's say, okay, but if he sits in a chair in a ditch, again, so it will means like so now we need to deduct not only h of a ditch, but also deduct h he take off when he bent his legs. So it's like twice deduct quarter, right? So it's like 0.25. So minus half of his h. So if we minus half of his h, so it will be like ratio, like if I draw, let's say like line like this, deduct on 3, and I take off this upper third. So now he's sitting in a chair in a ditch. So you see, it's kind of, yeah, it's like a mat, and this like actually what mat should be in a school. If you don't get it in a school, if you don't get like mat is something like this, it just teach you how to think, then your math teacher was very bad, because it's not about just like 2 plus 2, it's just about kind of rational thinking, right? So we need to be able to make this kind of calculations. It's very kind of very important for our life ability, for everything. Yeah, so, and you cannot be like professional level artist if you not quick with such calculations. So make sure you make it natural. You need to be very fluent with this. At first it's very annoying. It's like, oh, I just want to draw like super cool pictures, you know, but I need to sit here and like 1/3, 2/3. It's like, really? It's not art. It is art, you know. It's like, it's just basic grammar kind of. It's like, you know, how to, like, you need to put paint on a paper, not eat paint, you know. Same here, like if you want to draw it properly, you need to know rules, you need to make this kind of estimations. Just like remember, at first it's hard, at first time it's slow, later it will be very easy and quick. Just get through it and don't rush and not try to hack it. It's no hack, it's just do it, and do it many times. Best if like don't push too much, maybe like just like every day you can draw like at least once, something like this. If you do every week, yeah, you will need to like remind yourself a little bit, because you might start to forget. So, and after you do it like 10 or 100 times, you will never forget it. It will become like very easy and obvious for you. Okay, so this is a ditch, and what about hill? So now you already know how to draw, how to move people up, down, left, right, anywhere in a space, in any scenario. But here I will just show you a little more examples, so how it works. So let's say heel, right? So heel, same, like we have, let's say, we have a guy. Gunslinger, so, and so this is his H. We can subdivide it on 4, and let's say again here is like not heel, would be like concrete sphere. So have concrete sphere, like H, like quarter of his H. So horizon line. y-axis. Here we have x-axis. So this is curvilinear fisheye perspective. If you first time my channel, I have tutorials about this. And this is the axis. And let's say like I will take him, like first I will place him in a ratio like 2 and 2, like 2 here to here, so it's his h. And then same what we do, because we have h, his h, it's 4, right? Now we plus this h. Okay, so now we have like total h is like 4 plus 1. I got my numbers off now, like I don't know how to say it in words. 4 and quarter, like 425, yeah. So it's like total h with a sphere. So now sphere is here, and he's standing on a sphere, like here a little, kind of like this. So his h remains same as 4. We just added h of sphere to it. So what we need to see here is like how it change this relationship, like ratio according to horizon line. It's like here it was, horizon line was here, like 2 and 2, right? 2 and 2. But now, because we have this sphere, so now it's like he will be like 1 and 3. Or if we look total, we will have this ratio is like 2 and 3. Cool? So I have like two ways to draw it. One way I can draw like, let's say, a line like this, and then I divide this, say, okay, 1 and 3. So this is guy, he's like on a h if he's standing on a sphere, right? So it's like maybe he flying, maybe he jumping. I just didn't draw sphere here. So let's say again here, so we have 1, 2, 3 and 1 here. So here he standing on a sphere, but I didn't draw sphere. If I want draw sphere, I say okay, so we have this 3, 1, I add one more, so this is will be h for a sphere. And now you see, like again, like what we have, we can play around with this, like any line which will be like 2 and 2, or just half, you know, like you can make it 1 and 1, but 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So he's standing on the ground. Every line which is like 3 and 2, is he standing on a sphere. So here let's say again like 3, and here we'll take one of this. 1, 2, okay. So this will be a sphere. And here he's standing on it. And again, same, like maybe we have like very close here. So let's say I take 2 like this, and 1 here. So it's like sphere here, very close to camera, and this 2 is like his legs, right? So So just spend some time to play around with this, so you will really like kind of get this feeling of this stuff. So, and let's say this. So let's say, for example, like we have a car. And there, I don't know, like for some reason, some dude, he will like standing in the car. So let's say this will be H. H of dude, and this H of car, right? So if he will stand in here on the roof, I need to add this H here to like starting from roof. So again, it's like if we look from a side. Dun, 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 dun. So have guy here. Then we'll have, let's find some easy kind of proportion. So if he is 4 high, car will be 3 high. So we plus like 3 plus 4 will be now he's a new high, kind of will be total will be 7. So we kind of we can look at it like we have this like 1 2 3, and then we like take this 3 more here, right, like 1 2 3 and 1 more, so we take 4 above 3, so total is 7. And like this kind of principle, you see, it's like always ratio and the guidelines. So now we can do it here, like when you have clear understanding of ratio of objects, like how it's kind of like how they related, what is your standard, right? So let's say now here, let's say here, I don't know, let's be careful, let's say this one will be 4 for dude, then here we will have this 3 for car, and now I take this, let's say 1 2 3 4. Oh, okay, again, so it's like he's touching with his head, he touching horizon line. So now we have like ratio according to perspective grid to space, like we know like every guy standing on the car, which if it's same high guy and same high car, they will be like this related to horizon line. So it will be like horizon line right above his forehead, forehead, no, like tip of his head, kind of, right? So you know, it's this kind of case when you need to draw like many cars and many people. So let's say it's loud. I need to turn this car here. Let's go to this mission point. No, anyway. Some broken car. So, and then what we have 7, right? So take 4 and 3. So let's say this will be 4. So here we have this guy. Same again, like a draw guide standing. So it's like 4, and I add 3 under him. It will be like H of a car. And there still is like let's see, yeah, so it's like funny here. It's like same if I do 7, so here we have 3 and 4, but I draw guy here below this 3, so like this. So he is 4 and above him 3, so it's the guy standing on the ground. Again, let's say here 7, 3 here, 4 here. So if 3 above this guy, so it means he's standing on the ground. Just funny line drawn here. So, and you see kind of like this simple approach, which is like kind of can be like feels complicated because you need to calculate all this ratio, but then you see like how quickly you can calculate all these different figures in a complex illustration. So you don't need to like sit with a ruler and make guides for each of them, you know. So it's like go here, go there. No, you just like you can have like very quick approximate proportions just using ratio. Yeah, kind of this. So here what I say, like say thank you for YouTube members, Patreons, Gabriel Moose, Korean Good Dude, Blondie, Javier B, William Peters, Joe Smith, Jackie Moon Movies, Adam, Jonathan Edwards, Martin Adams, B Fox Comics, Kai, Julian Gassa, Clarissa Willenbrink, and Luke Doherty. Yeah, thank you everybody for support. See you in the next video.